happy Mother's Day, really. I mean, but everyone's doing okay, and they're still loving.
Alive, so it's something.
They were had a lot of this.
It's a whole lot of drinking.
Yes. But the husbands are still alive.
Yes,
let's do it
wonderful
again.
lesson. Let's do it again.
But anyway, but the other thing that I'm really impressed with Maria is that I noticed her focus for this whole session has been on women's hands. And I think that's pretty cool because, you know, women have used their hands for other than for toilet paper, but women have used their hands for so many things. And whether you're a woman who's an artist or a gentleman who's a sculptor, all of your people have captured, that you presented today, have captured the power of women's hands.
Hi, I'm in Brooklyn. How's everyone? Happy Mother's Day.
Okay. So again, everyone, happy Mother's Day. I anticipate this session is about an hour, about 75 minutes. We'll just play it by ear. If you have any Q&A, I could stay as long as you like. It's up to you. But like I said, most importantly, this is about you. So if you have to run, you have to go, just come and go as you wish. Okay, so here's Dorothea Lange, famous woman photographer. Here's an image of her in her 40s. She's holding that field. It's called a field camera. But what do you notice most about this picture that we know so well?
Her eyes.
So you think it's her eyes?
Yeah, just the pain, pensiveness. I don't know.
The fatigue.
The fatigue, yeah.
Yeah.
The beauty also.
She had maybe 5 photographs that she experimented using the migrant mother as the main character to document. But what do you make of this figure here in the front of us? What's the relationship with the 3 kids in the background with the mother who's holding the child? Does that make you wonder?
I can't even tell if it's an adult or a child.
So you think because she looks much significantly older.
It could be a 4th child.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, she has 7 kids. Can you guess her age?
Probably in her late 20s.
So you think late 20s?
Late
27.
But if she had 7 kids, wouldn't she?
Mid 30s.
40s.
Like a Madonna with a child.
Mm.
Oh, that is so interesting. I didn't.
Maybe I'm just fantasizing.
It makes sense. You mean the?
Because there is more than one picture with the child and the triangular composition.
Oh, I'm sure she was very conscious. I mean, even this, she's creating a triangle, right, Mickey?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot going on there. I mean, that's so interesting. Same thing here, compositionally, using that hand to focus, and your eyes will go to that section wherever your hand's touching. I mean, she only had 10 minutes with Florence. So this is the statement that she made, Dorothea Lange. I saw and approached the hungry, desperate mother as if drawn by a magnet. I do not remember how I explained my presence or my camera to her, but I do remember she asked me no questions. I made 5 exposures, working closer and closer from the same direction. I did not ask her name or her story. Can you imagine? That's all she had to work with, documenting this woman, Florence Thompson. Now, here is Florence Thompson here, in the 70s.
Oh.
Yeah, with the 3 kids.
So where's her husband? Where's the man?
He was working in the fields at the time.
Yeah.
I don't know, but one of the kids got interviewed. Here it goes, 2008 on CNN. Thompson's daughter, Catherine McIntosh. She recalls her mother, very strong lady, and the backbone of our family. She said, we never had a lot, but she always made sure we had something. She didn't eat sometimes, but she made sure us children ate. That's one thing she did do. This family, they don't even have a car. Right? So why Oklahoma? Dust storm. What happened during the dust storm? Imagine dust that's piling up.
Destruction.
Yes, and not only
Destroy.
that, so much of the drought, and they can't even farm. The dust is getting into your food, your home, just unlivable. So these farmers from Oklahoma, Texas area, they had to migrate. They had to go wherever they could get food, and that was California. And then here's some example of the dust storm here. Now, I put this picture because Rhoda, I was talking to Rhoda, and she reminded me of this book,
Yeah.
Oh, right.
The Grapes of
The
Wrath.
grapes.
Yeah.
Yes, and if you've read this book, you know he based entire story all about the
Yeah.
dust storm.
Paisanos.
Exactly, but I found this signage.
I
which,
love it. I just read, I didn't read this one, but I just read another book from him and I loved it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a even movie made about it, I think. And then,
Yeah.
of course, it says no jobs in California, keep out.
This is part of all her collection during that time.
Yes, yes, in the 1930s. So she was working for the,
And you said, Maria, did you say this was a project that she did to document these migrant people?
she did, to document human condition, working for the government, yes.
Yeah.
So these pictures
Maria,
that,
it was where was she from, the artist?
Yeah.
oh, originally from New Jersey. She was,
Yeah, I just wanted to say that the project she was part of, I believe, was, because I'm the older one here, I wasn't quite alive yet, but my mother knew it, the WPA, meaning the Works Project Administration. And that was the administration where President Roosevelt created so many jobs for artists, and so many of the beautiful Art Deco murals were made during those years.
oh, sorry.
Even in Radio City and all kinds of public buildings. So she was part of that era for the Work Project Administration.
You are correct, but right under that, she was working for the Farmers Business Administration because she really was focusing on agriculture and how people in the farming industries, they were managing this drought and everything else they were suffering in addition to the Great Depression. Speaking of agriculture, look at these farmers. I love the title here, Six Tenant Farmers Without Farms. Did you make that out? 6 tenant farmers without farms. I mean, I personally think, how does she, and I begin to wonder, how did she get to know these people?
Yeah, but I mean, didn't they need people to work in the fields, in agriculture? They had enough?
I don't know. I really don't know. But I think they were
I'm
also
just
trying to
wondering.
survive, and they're competitive, I'm assuming. I mean, look at this man here waiting, right?
Yeah.
But this is interesting.
You're right. They're competitive. There must be that.
Yeah, but look at this. This is interesting. How many people do you see in this photograph?
6. Oh no, 7.
7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I see 6.
Dorothea, she crops the pictures and she really makes you focus and look all around. She's really showing us how to read her photographs, just like reading a painting, reading a book. Why? This man, he's wearing glasses. Can you see that?
He's
Oh,
the owner of something.
yeah, he's definitely the owner. And look at this plantation overseer, Mississippi Delta. Then here are the workers. Carrot puller in Texas, from Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Mexico. But I just thought this statement was interesting, so I'm going to read it to you, unless you could read it. We come from all states. We can't make $1 in this field nowadays, working from 7 in the morning until 12 noon. We earn an average of 35 cents. 1937.
30.
What do you think?
I'm crying.
Me too. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
incredible.
There were a lot of things. It just made me think about what we're going through. And so many people are unemployed right now. 20 million people. And during the Great Depression, 12 million people. I don't remember what the population was like at the time. Do we know?
Yeah.
Do we know what?
160
How many?
million.
Rhoda, how many?
160 million.
160 million. So context to
Oh,
that.
yes.
Yeah, 12 million people are unemployed during the Great Depression. And here, right now, 20 million people. That's a lot, right?
It makes Maria. It absolutely makes sense to make this connection because the period we are living, it's really strange and sad and
Intense.
intense.
We are Italian, we are Catholic, and we have Renzo Piano. That's it. So
I love it. So Renzo Piano, he's the artist architect right now, but this is the building that he designed, space for art, culture, and education, as you could see. But I just love this D shape here. So I'm just showing you some of the famous examples that he designed. This is in California. I believe this is near San Francisco. If not, it's in San Francisco, Academy of Science. So, so
Is
here's
this newest and most controversial icon? No, I haven't even, no, it's 2012.
yeah. So moving forward, here's the Whitney. And I'm not showing you the entire structure of it, but just like the part I think worthwhile checking out. Why? We're looking at the 5th floor here, or is it the 6th floor? My goodness, it's been a while. Bottom line, the usage of outdoor and indoor gallery space, and then overlooking the Hudson River, which overlooks New Jersey. Get this light. Oh, so I had to share with you. So another reason why you should go. But speaking of light, I thought we visit one of their, like some of their permanent collections. Why? Do we all know who this is? Famous American painter, artist. Anyone? Anyone?
Hopper.
Edward Hopper. And this is
Edward Hopper.
and this is another painting. It kind of resonated with what we're going through these days. Why? I thought I never say this as a New Yorker. Like, this is how New York feels these days when you're walking down the street.
Empty.
Empty and
Closed.
quiet and closed. You're right. It's closed, all right. But look at the lighting. I mean, look at this lighting here. And then look at this lighting. Oh, still so beautiful. But do we care?
Warm.
Do we care what kind of, store this may be? Can we even tell? What time of the day is this?
Afternoon, I would say.
Okay, use your detective eyes. That's what I say to my kids all the time, my students. If you look, there's a clue that the artist Edward Hopper gave us. And where is that? Yeah. You got it, Camilla, you got it. 7 o'clock in the morning.
Oh,
And
and the
In
clock.
the
Okay.
morning.
This does that matter? We don't have all the clues in this painting. So what's the most important thing here? It's the mood, it's the quietness, it's the light. And he really, really loved the Impressionist.
Delicate.
Yeah, and then look at this part here.
Heavy.
And then look at this part. Did you expect this?
No.
And do we know who this is? Anyone?
No. No. Who is it?
Gaston
Do you know?
Lachaise. Gaston Lachaise, right here.
Gaston Lachaise.
Yeah, French artist. But I just thought this combination, let's use this picture. Let's use this picture as an example. This combination, look at this. Heavy and light. This opposite. How do you balance the two together like that in that manner, made out of bronze sculpture? Oh my goodness. And yet something about her voluptuous body looks so light as a feather. And maybe,
Grace.
yeah.
Grace and harmony.
Have you ever seen women on a dance floor, especially older women, they look like they're light on their feet, but they're really heavy, but they can dance like, it's amazing.
Okay, this is a story time. And Gaston Lachaise sees a woman named Isabel, and he is just mesmerized with her beauty. And she is only 5'3".
Love him more.
and he's thinking of her. He can't forget about her. What does he do? Why is the Buddha there? It's a
Because
boot.
of the hands.
Because of Mickey, you're right actually. A lot of people say something about her closed eyes kind of looks like she's meditating. And then look at this one, my goodness. Oh, that power.
A lot less grace.
Yeah,
Strength. It just.
exactly. Right. I agree with you. I mean, Rhoda, did you want to say something?
No, I'm just thinking of how strong and muscular she is. Wow.
Do you know where in their relationship this was made versus the first? Like, was the first statue made while they were, yeah, like, well, he was in love with her from afar. And this one seems more.
That you saw her back there.
Claudia, you are so smart.
The imagine that he has in his mind.
And
Before
then-
and after.
Before and after.
Another female artist. Do we recognize this artist at all? For now, it's displayed outside. Have you seen it?
Yes.
Okay, but let's go.
Gorgeous.
It is right here, outside the facade of the Met. There are 4 niches here, like the enclave, right? It's like caved in here. 1, 2. Can you see my cursor? 3, 4. Yes. She was asked to do sculptural work for these niches, which were empty for over 150 years. So she created a sculpture for its space, and she designed 4 of them all together. Now, before we look at the 4, let's just go look at her again. I was exposed to her work maybe 2013 when she exhibited at the New Museum, and she was doing these mythical creature-like sculpture work. I thought it was interesting. I didn't know anything about her at the time. Met contacted her. She was looking at the caryatid. These female figure holding onto the architectural column-like structure holding up the buildings. So she was looking at them, she was studying about them. And here's African chair. These chairs are not meant to be used. These are more symbolic chairs and stool, but just like the title here, caryatid, here is a figure that appears to look like woman. You could see a woman's figure here. And here's the scar marking. Do you see that around the tummy area? And also as a woman figure holding up the people symbolically, not physically or mentally. Designed these 2 out of the 4. There's 2 more coming, and she's using coil-like concept, right, to create this wardrobe. What is going on here? Check this out.
That looks painful.
Yeah.
Again, this is power and beauty, okay? So, and here's,
Power for sure. Beauty, I don't know.
and then here are the other 2, right? This part, I thought we visit the Robert Lehman Gallery of the Met, because Robert Lehman Gallery feels most residential. And why am I saying residential? It has an indoor garden like this, and it's part of the Met. Under the condition, they're all kept together in one gallery. And then to achieve the look of Mr. Robert Lehman's residence, right over here. Here's Robert Lehman.
How many pieces, Maria?
2,600. Fabric of the infant child's dress. And look at that delicate shoes. And you can see the golden edges on the couch. And this is just black and white, right? And here's the one in color. Your audio is off. What did you say?
Sorry, it's a familiar image, but I really don't know.
And
But I don't know.
And by the way, I have to kind of pick on Lisa because she works right across the street from the Met.
Yeah.
We are not good students,
And
you
well,
know.
Lisa, you want to share what museum you're working at?
Oh, at the Goya Gallery.
Oh, beautiful.
Beautiful.
Okay, forget.
My daughter knows. I know she's like seen this piece.
Okay, this is, he's the poster child, okay, in European Gallery in Spain. His name is written on the bottom here, but let's not read the whole entire name. Why is Manuel famous? This is painted by Francesco Goya.
Goya.
Anyone remember Goya? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Goya. Great. Incredible Spanish painter. He was King Charles III's favorite court painter. He's like the prince. Look at his beautiful red outfit with his satin shoes and his animal pets. Look at these finches. Do you see them? Yes? And then having these 3 intense cats looking at this magpie.
Very
That looks very
scary
scary.
cats. Very scary cats.
Scary cats. The question is, would you rather be these cats or this magpie or the finches or the boy?
It's creepy. Also, the bird is creepy. The leash bird.
and if you're an animal lover or bird lover, this magpie actually there are characteristics there. They play tricks on you. They're tricksters. And what's even funny about this picture is he's holding a calling card. Calling card is like the card artists would sign, so it's like artist business card. So it's got Goya's name written on it. This reproduction, the picture doesn't do justice, but if you go to the Met and you can see the real thing, it's got signature Francesco Goya on it with the picture of a palette and the brush. Well, this happens to be his mother. Everyone visits him at the Met, but no one visits her. It just so happens 5 years after he got this portrait done, he died. If you just purely look at it visually, there's that meaning of, darkness and light, good and evil. And then I thought, hey, I couldn't leave Daddy behind. Now,
What a nice family.
yeah, exactly. But what's so funny was Daddy over here, something is off and weird about this painting. What's weird about this painting?
It's very short.
The table is higher.
Yeah,
It's like this.
he was one of the directors of Bank of Spain, and when it was founded by King Charles III. Any thoughts or questions?
Yeah, it's so fun to listen to you and all your knowledge.
Yeah,
Make it fun.
Yes, let's do it
Wonderful
again.
lesson.
Let me
Let's do it again.